Tensions in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have spiked in recent weeks after the resumption of clashes with Rwandan-backed M23 rebels. There's fears this recent violence will derail peace initiatives for the region, as Congolese government and M23 rebels missed Monday's deadline to reach a deal in Doha. International pressure, particularly from the White House, encouraged dialogue between the DRC and Rwanda, but for now, despite various initiatives, there hasn't been much change on the ground. According to our correspondent in Kinshasa, Emmet Livingstone, the US remains optimistic about the peace process.
Tensions in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have spiked in recent weeks after the resumption of clashes with M23 rebels who are backed by Rwanda. The violence has raised fears that peace initiatives for the region could be derailed. The US ambassador to Congo, Lucy Tamlin, told us that a round of American sanctions announced last week were meant to support the ongoing peace process. These sanctions targeted an armed group called Pareco FF, as well as several companies involved in the minerals trade.
We're doing this ultimately to support the peace agreement because one thing is, having the partners agree to peace on the ground, but it's really important to restart economic growth. And to restart economic growth, you need to have opportunities for responsible, legitimate companies to be there to engage in mining activities and other activities which will benefit the Congolese people and provide revenues to the Congolese state. So I think some people feel the peace process may be going too slow, but I think actually it's going very fast, especially if you consider that this is a more than 30-year conflict and the issues are very profound. There's a lot that needs to be discussed, and some of the decisions in the negotiations will be hard. But through U.S. sponsorship, we've been able to get the parties to agree first to Declaration of Principles, then to a peace agreement signed the 27th of June in Washington. Some of the hard part still has to come, but we're working closely with all of the parties to ensure that the follow-up mechanisms are put in place. And that's really where the rubber hits the road. That's where we'll be working with the parties to ensure that there's oversight of the actions that they've committed to take.
The ambassador also pointed out that US sanctions have targeted the M23 since 2013, around the time the group first emerged. Earlier this year, M23 and Rwandan forces captured the two largest cities in eastern Congo in a lightning advance. But international pressure, especially from the United States, then brought Congo and Rwanda to the negotiating table. In June, the two countries signed a peace deal that is meant to lead to Rwandan troops leaving Congo, as well as to kickstart joint economic schemes. The Congolese government is also carrying out separate negotiations with the M23. The next negotiating round is due to take place in the coming days. Still, major sticking points remain, and there is little sign that either Rwandan forces or M23 rebels will withdraw imminently. Violence is also still occurring. The UN has said that M23 killed over 300 civilians in July in Congo, with help from the Rwandan army.